What's up, RC fanatics, and welcome back to the channel. If you're like me, you probably spend more time than you care to admit trying to explain to your significant other why a new RC car is absolutely essential for your emotional well-being. My wife just rolls her eyes these days, but hey, at least I'm not trying to collect Beanie Babies, right? But enough about my marital woes, because today we've got something that's going to make your inner child and outer adult, let's be real, do a backflip. We're talking about the DEERC 207E 1/10 scale brushless RC truck. Yes, you heard that right. It is a full 1/10 scale, so this should be really exciting. Now, this isn't just a glorified toy store buggy either. This bad boy is supposed to be a 60 km/h fast RC car, boasting four-wheel drive electric off-road capabilities. We're talking high-speed RC car action that can handle all kinds of terrain like a champ. It might even be able to double as an RC crawler as well. And the best part, it comes with 3S batteries right out of the box, so you're ready to unleash this beast almost instantly. So stick around, because you've been watching me bash this thing about, but we're gonna wrap that up. I've been putting it through its paces, and we want to see if it lived up to that hype. Let's go talk to me right at the test facilities and see how the real world experience was with this RC. All right, here we are. The dirt's still coming out of it. It has been a fun day out here playing with this thing, and I have some really good things to report, and there are two pretty relevant negatives that I have about this. So let's start with the fun, important stuff, right? First off, looks ridiculously cool and has been incredibly durable. I think that's one of the plus sides of, like, you'll see on RCs like this one, all of the linkage is solid, they're not adjustable and that kind of stuff, which I think makes them a little less prone to breakage. Obviously, if you want to turn this into a race RC, it's going to make it hard because you're not going to be able to adjust the suspension. But with it not adjustable, the durability is incredibly high. It is 3S fast. It is pretty incredibly good fast. In fact, here's one of my negatives. These tires, I continue to dislike these tires because you just can't put the power to ground. On pavement or like a tight pack loamy material where you can get a bit more grip, you can put the power down, but in basic dirt and stuff like that, it just spins the wheels. Kind of fun, throws the dirt everywhere. Actually, you know, for the fun factor, that absolutely goes up. Speaking of these tires, you'll notice we're missing the spare tire back here. There's a little bit of a problem with this bodywork, which absolutely looks incredible, right? How cool is that? But the back here comes unclipped frequently, and with all that extra weight up here with that spare tire, because it is a full real spare tire, with all that extra weight up here, it came unclipped more frequently, so I pulled that off. Honestly, a quick zip tie or one little quick mod to this will stop it from unhooking, but I'm not going to not tell you about that. Throttle control and steering are both, I would say they are both somewhat a little vague, so it leads me to believe that might be the setup on the remote. Totally drivable, totally fun, but definitely doesn't have like that high performance edge to it. Now, quality of those things has been outstanding. I got a tremendous runtime on 3S, never overheated, never didn't work once, just every time you pull the trigger it just launches, which is really what we all want in our RTR RC, right? And then my only other complaint, which kind of goes to that kind of slow steering response and stuff, is that as I expected in the garage, you'll see that a little later in the unboxing, the suspension is not the most sophisticated suspension in the world, so you do get that. It bounds over everything, even like little ripples in the ground. If you keep the throttle on and you're going fast, it's like rattles right over everything. But there is no real kind of like supple off-road crazy, I can't believe it's doing that, it looks like off-road race truck. It looks like an off-road Jeep that somebody went barreling over some divots in and it's going bouncing all over, but going straight. Either way, you're going fast over crazy obstacles, so you gotta enjoy that. Now, price point on these things vary a lot, like depending on what's going on. From what my understanding is, at the full price of where this thing is starting, I think it might be a little high for that price point. I think it could get more value with some other things, but if it's on sale or if they adjust that down, I think the bang for the buck can be really good. There's a lot of value here. The durability and quality of use of it is really outstanding. The high performance off-road thing is where it gets a little gray, where maybe you could get that in another RC. but I think on balance, the whole platform is great. I'm gonna call this great for either a first RC where you really kind of are confident that you're gonna want some high speed and performance, or maybe this is your second RC, you're moving up from like a little 18th scale and you wanna get your next RC. You're not quite ready to fully commit to all kinds of crazy stuff. This would be a great opportunity for that person. If you want something hobby-ish grade, fully upgradable, really quality off performance, maybe you're gonna go racing or you really kind of care about the tuning, this isn't your RC. Anyway, if you're the person who I said this is the right RC for you, there's a link here on the screen or down below. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use it. Thank you in advance. And you're still here, you watched it off-road, you heard the review, and maybe you're gonna do the unboxing, but I think I might be bringing some value to you, so it's really important to the channel if you give this a like. Subscribe if you wanna see more interesting content like this. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to put it in the comments. But what do you say we go do that unboxing now? Here we are, you are in the past. I have right here in front of me the new DEERC 207E, which I'm so excited about because it's been a while since they've come out with the new 1/10 scale beast. And so that's what this should be. So I'm gonna unbox it. I haven't seen it. I actually haven't even read that much about it. So you're gonna get to experience it all with me for the first time. Let's see what's inside here. Through the magic of video, I have prepared a tower of RC cars so you can compare the size, because I was curious how well the 110 stacked up. So here's a 1/18 scale DRC. Here is a 1/16 scale DRC. Here is our brand new 1/10 DRC. And below it is my biggest, baddest 1/7 scale Arma fire team. And I think everybody is really kind of appropriately sized. This thing's cool looking. I have pulled off full spare wheel. I pulled it off to show you how this thing works. So interestingly, you remove the front clips and then the back. So it should just easily kind of clips on a little bit, but just slides off, which is really cool. Let's go over this RC real quick. We got a wheelie bar with attenuators in the back, which should be pretty good. It's 3S, you're gonna need that. Suspension honestly feels much better in my hand than it does when I drop it. It definitely does a little bit of a chassis slap, but it seems pretty good. It has a smaller than usual, it's like kind of like a custom size for their 3S battery case. So you're gonna have to have pretty specific batteries for this. You can't use a standard kind of 3S brick. Here's your motor, speed control, and radio. Obviously a very basic servo here. The steering seems pretty good, as well as the front suspension, and again with another attenuator in the front bumper, which is good. And then here on the bottom, you have aluminum supports between the main chassis and the rear structure, so that should help it be durable and long-lasting for you. Look, you've been here for a while, right? You saw the action, you saw the review, and now you've watched the unboxing. If you want this, and I think you really might be considering it, there's the link below. Please use it, it helps out the channel. I gotta go play with the thing. I gotta go shoot those action shots for you. And so I'm peacing out of here. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.